Hello students, hope you all are doing well. In the previous chapter, you have studied about light. That light is a form of energy which enables us to see things. But have you ever thought that only the presence of light enables you to see things? Your answer must be no, because if we want to see this colorful world along with the light, we need our eyes too. So in this chapter, we are going to study about our sense organ eye and some basic phenomena which are making this world colorful. Topics to be covered in this chapter are human eye, the parts and function of human eye. We are going to study separately each and every function of the part of the human eye, power of accommodation and least distance of distinct vision. As you know, some persons are not able to see the things as they are blind. So we are going to study about the defects of vision also and their correction, that how you can correct the defect of that particular vision, or how you can correct that particular defect. Next, we are going to study about refraction through a prism. Refraction, this phenomenon of light you have already studied in the previous chapter. You will study about dispersion. You will study that how rainbow is formed. Very interesting, that how rainbow is formed you will study, you will come to know in this chapter. Next, you will also study about twinkling of stars, that how the stars twinkle, why the color of the sky is blue, and the red color of the sun during sunset and sunrise, that why the sun appears reddish during sunrise and sunset. So let's begin. First, we will study about the human eye. As you can see in this slide, this is the internal structure of the human eye. This is the retina, optic nerve, vitreous humor, cornea, iris, pupil, aqueous humor and crystalline lens. We will study each and every part in the next slide. These are the parts of human eye. First of all, we will study about crystalline lens. That what is crystalline lens? You have already studied about lens. Two types of lenses you have studied. First one was convex and other was concave. The lens present in our human eye or in our eye is convex lens. The lens present is convex lens. Convex lens is present in our eye. Convex lens is that lens which focuses the light on a particular point. This lens is also known as converging lens. So the lens present in our eye is convex lens and it also focuses the light on a particular point, and that point is known as retina. We will study about retina in detail later. In this we are studying about the lens only. So crystalline lens is a lens which merely provides the finer adjustment of focal length required to focus objects at different distances on the retina. For example, if we are seeing an object placed nearby to us and one object is far away from us, so you are able to see both kind of objects. The light present outside the lens, what the lens will do, lens will focus all that light coming from the object to the retina of your eye and forms an image there. But the question arises that how the lens is changing its focal length, because if you want to see the nearby objects, a different focal length is required, and if you want to see the far away object, different focal length is required. So let's study that how the lens is adjusting the focal length. First, we will study about aqueous humor. It is the watery fluid between cornea and the lens. This is the cornea, the front part of the eye, the front transparent part of the eye is cornea, and this is the lens. The space between this is filled with a watery fluid and is known as aqueous humor. Next is pupil. Pupil is the gap between the iris which ensure the amount of light entering in the eye. In other words, you can say that pupil controls the amount of light entering in the eye, that how much light is being required to form an image. If the light is more, pupil will adjust its size, and if the light is less, then again it will adjust its size. You can see this thing yourself, or also you can do one activity. आप क्या कर सकते हैं, टेक द फ्लैश लाइट ऑफ योर फोन एंड स्टैंड इन द फ्रंट ऑफ मिरर. आप मिरर के सामने खड़े होइए एंड जो फ्लैश लाइट है अपने फ़ोन की उसे ऑन करिए और उसे अपनी आइज़ के पास लेके जाइए. बट बी केयरफुल, आप जब जैसे ही उसको अपनी आइज़ के पास लेकर जाएंगे, यू विल ऑब्जर्व दैट समथिंग इन योर आई विल बिकम शॉर्टर. कुछ आपकी आई में ऐसा होगा जो बहुत छोटा हो जाएगा. एंड अगर आप उस फ्लैश लाइट को हटाएंगे, देन यू विल ऑब्जर्व इन द मिरर that thing which was becoming shorter and shorter, that will become longer. So this is the pupil which is controlling the amount of light entering in your eye. जब आप फ्लैश लाइट को बिल्कुल अपनी आइज़ के पास लेकर जाते हैं, then what happens, the amount of light is very large which is entering in your eye, so it decreases its size. वो अपने साइज़ को क्या कर लेता है, डिक्रीज कर लेता है, so that less amount of light can enter in your eye. And when, जब आप फ्लैश लाइट हटाते हैं, now the amount of light is less, or you can perform this activity in dark. आप लाइट्स ऑफ कर दीजिए रूम की, then you will observe more carefully than that the size of the pupil is becoming large to receive more and more light, because in the dark, जब अंधेरा है, it needs more light, so it will increase its size to gather or to enter, so that more and more amount of light can enter in your eye. So pupil, the main function of the pupil is to control the amount of light entering in your eye. Next is iris. Iris is a dark muscular diaphragm behind the cornea and it controls the size of the pupil. This is the iris. गड़बड़ होगी. This is the iris. This one is the iris. It helps pupil to control its size. What iris is doing? It is helping pupil to change its size, to increase or decrease its size when pupil is controlling the amount of light entering in your eye. Next is cornea. Cornea is the front transparent part of your eye. It is a thin membrane which forms the transparent bulge in the front surface of the eyeball. Most of the light entering in your eye first enters in the outer surface of the cornea, or it touches or it occurs at the outer surface of the cornea. Next is vitreous humor. As you can see in the image, this space is empty. It is again filled with the oily fluid, and that oily fluid is known as vitreous humor. Last one is optic nerve. the nerve which carry the information regarding the image to the brain. Retina is the screen of the eye where the image has been formed. Retina is just like the screen. As you can compare this with a TV screen. On TV screen, images are forming, you are able to see the images. Similarly, the screen of our eye is retina, where the image has been formed or image is being formed. So when the image has been formed, the optic nerve, this is the optic nerve which carries signal to the brain that one image has been formed, and then brain respond to us that you have seen this thing. For example, you have seen one bottle of red color, then this image or this information has been stored in your brain. Next time when you will see that same image, through optic nerve, signal will go to the brain that some image has been formed on the retina. Then brain will respond that this is the bottle of red color, and also brain can also tells you or give the signal that this is the bottle which you have seen earlier. So in this way you came to know, or you are able to differentiate between the objects. You are able to detect, you are able to differentiate that this is table, this is chair, differentiate between the persons, because once you see them, the information has been stored in your brain. जब आप किसी चीज़ को देख लेते हैं तो जो इन्फॉर्मेशन है वो आपके ब्रेन में स्टोर हो जाती है, एंड नेक्स्ट टाइम व्हेन यू सी दैट थिंग और द पर्सन, ऑप्टिक नर्व सेंड्स द सिग्नल, रिसीव्स द सिग्नल, सो दैट you came to know that what you have seen. Retina is the light sensitive screen in your eye. The eye lens forms an inverted real image of the object on the retina. I have told you earlier that retina is the screen of your eye. Anything you are seeing, the image has been formed on the retina. Next is ciliary muscles. Ciliary muscles are the muscles present in your eye which helps to adjust the focal length of the lens. These are the muscles which contract or expand to make the focal length of the lens to increase or decrease. Here one question arises that for example, you are wearing specs. Okay, specs are having lens. आप अगर specs पहनते हैं, you are wearing specs, so they are having a particular number which is the power of the lens. So you cannot change, or the lens cannot change its focal length or the power itself. आपके जो भी specs हैं वो अपने आप उसकी focal length या power को change नहीं कर सकते, but the eye lens can change its focal length itself when it has to see nearby objects or far away objects. The ciliary muscles are the muscles which helps the lens to increase or decrease the focal length of the lens. So our eye lens has a special property, you can say that they can adjust their focal length or power themselves. When they have to see the nearby object or far away object, they can adjust the focal length with the help of ciliary muscle. In order to see nearby objects, ciliary muscles contract and the lens become thick and its focal length decreases. As you can see that these are the ciliary muscles. Let me change the color first. These are the ciliary muscles. As you can see, these are the ciliary muscles. So if you want to see nearby objects, these muscles will contract. These muscles will contract, means like this. Contract means सिकुड़ जाएंगे. When these muscles will contract, automatically the lens will become thick. The eye lens will become thick and its focal length will decrease, and in this way you are able to see the nearby objects. When you talk about that you have to see distant objects, far away objects, these ciliary muscles will expand. As they will expand, if they will expand, फैल जाएंगे, so this lens will automatically contract, or you can say that it will become thin and the focal length will increase. Now how the focal length is increasing and decreasing due to the contraction and expansion of the lens? If I'll draw the lens here, this is the convex lens, this is the optical center, this is the principal axis, this is the focus f1 to f1. So the distance between optical center and the focus is the focal length of the lens. When the lens will become thick, it is becoming thick, the focal length, if the point is here, you can see that the focal length will decrease, and if it will become thin, the lens is thinning here. So in this you can see that the distance between the optical center and the focus f1 will increase. It means the focal length has now been increased, and in this way you are able to see the nearby objects and the far away objects. Next, as I have told you that our eye lens has the special ability or the special property to adjust its focal length, and we have given a special name to this property, which is power of accommodation. Power of accommodation is the ability of the eye lens to adjust its focal length. जो एबिलिटी है आई लेंस की अपनी फोकल लेंथ को एडजस्ट करने की, दैट इज पावर ऑफ एकोमोडेशन. नाउ हाउ द लेंस is being changed, or how the focal length of the lens is being changed with the help of ciliary muscles. Our eye lens is being made up of jelly like material. As it is being made of jelly like material, it is not as that hard. So due to this jelly like material or fibers are there, jelly like material is there, so with the help of this and with the help of ciliary muscles, the focal length can be modified. It can be increased or decreased as per our requirements, if we want to see the nearby objects or we want to see distant objects, and we can see that objects clearly. Next is least distance of distinct vision. First of all, we should know the meaning of distinct. Distinct simply refers to separately. Distinct simply refers to separately, that we are able to see the two closely placed objects separately. You can do one activity for this. Draw two lines on a paper, two vertical or horizontal lines on a paper very close to each other, and now see those lines. Observe that are you able to see those lines separately? क्या आप उन lines को separately देख पा रहे हो, और those two lines seems to be merged, या आपको वो दो lines merge होती हुई दिख रही हैं और एक ही दिख रही है. So the minimum distance, वो minimum distance at which your eyes can see the object separately, distinctly, without strain, without any kind of heaviness, any kind of pain, then that minimum distance is known as least distance of distinct vision. As the name suggests, least means minimum, distance of distinct means you are able to see the objects, closely placed objects, separately. So the minimum distance at which you are able to see the closely placed objects separately, or in other words distinctly, without any kind of heaviness, without any kind of strain or pain in your eyes, then that distance is least distance of distinct vision. Short form is LDDV, but I advise you to not use short forms. And for a normal eye means an eye without any defect. For a normal eye, the least distance of distinct vision is 25 centimeter, and this 25 centimeter is also known as near point of the eye. Near point of a normal eye or means a minimum distance at which you can see the objects, and the far point of the eye means दूर तक जब आप देख सकते हैं, that is infinity. That distance is not defined for a particular person or your eyes. That is infinity for a normal eye. Far point is infinity and near point is 25 centimeter, also known as least distance of distinct vision. Your next topic is defects of human eye, which we are going to study in next video. I hope you all are able to understand all those points which I have discussed in this video. So wait for the next video. Thank you.